Hi, Caroline Pike here with the Bark Lounge, and I'm here to start talking to you about our first part of our three-part series on picking the right dog for you. Now, our first part is basically when thinking of getting a dog, you'll want to ask yourself these 5 questions. And those questions are as follows. 1. What size dog is right for me? So you want to be able to consider things like the size of your apartment or your home, how much yard space you have, how much exercise you're going to give him, how much space in the house he's going to have as well. So if you have a Great Dane and you want to be able to confine him to one room, he might be a little too big. If you're looking for, a little Chihuahua and you live in a great big mansion somewhere, then maybe you might have room for a bigger dog. So consider the size and space that you have and what kind of dog will fit nicely into that space as well. And start looking at dogs around that size. So either a small, medium, or large dog would be a good way to start thinking about what kind of dog you'd want. The second question is, does the dog's energy match mine? Now, there's many breeds out there, such as Greyhounds, Australian Shepherds. They're got a lot of energy, whereas other dogs like Lhasa Apsos or wiener dogs, that kind of thing, they can have a lower energy. Though not always the case. Some of these dogs are low energy, some of these dogs are also high energy. Make sure you kind of get a dog that's going to have the same energy level as you. If you have a dog that needs way more exercise and time to put out exercise than you are willing to do, then that dog is going to start having behavioral issues. If that dog has lower energy than you want to do, then unfortunately you're going to be upset that you won't be able to take your dog out with you when you go for a run or a walk or anything like that. So make sure the dog's energy matches your own as well. And the third question you want to ask yourself is, do I have time for a dog? Now, what I mean by that is if you work 12-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, you want to make sure that your dog's not going to be too bored. Boredom at home will bring your dog, again, more behavioral issues. So make sure you're available to come and let your dog out in the middle of the day, or you have a dog walker, or you take your dog to doggy daycare, or a friend or neighbor can come in and check on your dog while you're away. If you're not going to be home, it's not nice to leave them home all day by themselves. Some dogs don't mind and they will sleep and they've been totally fine, and that's totally fine as well. But do consider it. If you are out of the house all day, are you willing to kind of help let them out throughout the middle of the day to kind of break it up from being inside all day? The fourth question you want to ask yourself is, why do I want a dog? Are you looking for a companion who's going to sit and snuggle with you on the couch and go for a little walk around your local lake with you? Or are you looking for an exercise buddy, for instance, who you want to take on for long runs and on bike rides and hiking trails all the time? Or are you looking for a protection dog who's just basically there to make sure your house is safe and to protect your yard, and that kind of thing as well? So each of these is going to be specific to your dog. If you're looking for a dog with a lot of energy for your exercises, maybe a small dog isn't the way to go. If you're looking for a companion dog, then the higher energy dogs isn't quite the way to go there either. And for protection, although a Chihuahua does sound pretty menacing and loud and everything when an intruder's nearby, you may want a dog that's a bit bigger, like a Saint Bernard or a Rottie or anything like that, and that will help you feel safer as well at home. And finally, the last question you should start to ask yourself as well is, how much maintenance am I willing to do with my dog? Every dog has annual and even monthly vet fees. You'll also have flea treatments, feeding, walks, this kind of thing. But if you also get a dog with long hair, you're going to be putting in time to brush it, take them to the groomers, and work on, you'll have hair in your house as well that you'll have to clean up. So you may wish to do a shorter hair dog where if they get dirty or anything, you just scrub them with a towel and they're good. They don't have to go to the groomers, and you can easily short hair doesn't show up anywhere near as much as long hair on your clothing and furniture. So the maintenance there is a lot lower than a long-haired, fluffy, cute, fluffy dog. So make sure you keep these things in mind. So again, in order to ask yourself these questions: what size dog is right for me? Does this dog's energy match my energy and enthusiasm level? Do I have enough time for a dog, and am I wanting to use pet services? And why do I want a dog? As well as how much maintenance does my dog need? Tune in tomorrow for our second part of our series for the dogs, which is getting rescues, do's and don'ts.